Now, Wave 31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle with 31 Triple Doppler.
Oh, good evening, everyone. Latest update on our potential for some severe weather this evening, as we'll be watching for some storm development. I'm still not expecting this is going to be anything widespread across the area, but with that said, an isolated stronger storm does remain a possibility. Tornado watch in effect until 10 o'clock tonight for all the counties you see shaded in yellow. Basically in North Alabama, it's all the counties that touch the Tennessee border, and areas of southern and middle Tennessee also remain in that watch as well. But it does remain a waiting game here in our coverage area, as there's just nothing on radar right now of significance that we are tracking at the moment. Of course, we've been telling you it would be after 7 o'clock this evening before we would start to see much development. These are the threats we'll be watching for. Wind and hail primarily. Those are the reports we've gotten with some storms earlier that moved through the greater Nashville area. There does remain, though, a possibility for a brief spin-up tornado, although the threat for that is lower, but enough of a threat potentially that we do have that tornado watch in play, and we'll be watching the radar very closely here in the coming hours. Again, right now, nothing on it that we're tracking actively here on 31 Triple Doppler. Everything has been to the north. That's where it remains right now. Columbia, Tennessee, they've had some big storms that moved through Nashville, some others developing along Interstate 40 there west of town. But all this is moving primarily east, so what we're waiting for is to see what else develops here, particularly on the south and southwest flank of this line to our north, because that is what we'll track through North Alabama with time. Now, I mentioned at the top of the newscast some of the newest information coming on in from some of our more reliable weather data is not as aggressive as it was earlier today. Picking up on the storms in the vicinity of Nashville, I'll put this into motion, and you can see through the evening hours, we don't get things super active around here. Most everything moving into East Tennessee, but by 8 o'clock, some scattered shower and thunder shower development does appear likely across the area. We take you to 10 o'clock tonight, though, and still not real aggressive with storm activity, although a few will likely be mixed in here across parts of North Alabama. And anything that does get going, potentially, could bring that severe weather threat along with it. Again, I'm not expecting that to be something that we will all experience, though. Midnight tonight, still tracking some scattered showers and thunder showers, but the severe weather potential waning as the evening wears on. And by 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, most of that rain should be on the way out, setting us up for what looks to be a decent first half of the weekend. Saturday begins with cloud cover. We'll work some sunshine in here for your Saturday afternoon. And rain chances this weekend kind of limited to Saturday evening. Here's 7 p.m. Isolated shower perhaps into the evening hours, but that will be it rain-wise, it looks like, over the course of the weekend, as we will then turn our attention to the big chill we've been telling you about coming in starting on Sunday. If you're traveling up to Nashville tomorrow to watch Auburn take on Vanderbilt, should have decent weather. Storms will be gone. Sunshine, 70 at kickoff, and then temperatures will be dropping back through the 60s as that game wears on. This is our story, though, at the end of the weekend and next week, and it's not changed. We're going to get a sharp push of cold air to start off next week. 51 Sunday morning, misleading. We get colder into the 40s Sunday afternoon. 20-degree weather Monday, Tuesday morning, so a freeze on the way and a hard freeze at that for early next week before temperatures do start a bit of a recovery later into the week. And yes, there's still that possibility in the cold air on Monday we pick up some snow flurries, but right now, still not looking like anything more than that. No travel problems, no accumulation is expected. Your planner tomorrow starting in the 50s in the morning, and again a decent day as we climb into the lower and probably some mid-70s for tomorrow afternoon. Enjoy that. The rest of your 10-day forecast, especially through early next week, much, much colder. 53 Sunday again in the morning. We only hit 40 for a high Monday afternoon. Only 50 on Veterans Day Tuesday, but it is going to be a quiet and dry day for Veterans Day activities going on, including the big parade in downtown Huntsville. We take you later next week. We'll start to bounce back mid to upper 60s towards the end of the week. And by next weekend, maybe some 70-degree weather back, Jim. So this is just, you know what we, in band, you had staccato.
Right.
So hit it and disappear. Yeah. That's what the cold is going to kind of do next week. It's going to hit hard early in the week and then disappear by the end.
Going to keep that in mind when we go through it. Thanks, Jeff.